Feel the rhythm of the streets, neon lights and neon dreams. Bloody face, they feel no pain when there's so much more to gain. Hunting season, if you will, tell me where'd you rather be? I can hardly see the moon, hope we'll get there pretty soon. Trying so hard to release you out of the misery. Hold on to your wishes if you can't hold on to me. Forgive me for letting you down. Forgive me for letting you down again. I guess I'm not strong enough right now. I'm not strong enough right now. Forgive me for letting you down. Forgive me for letting you down again. I guess I'm not strong enough right now. Oh my
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is your T-shirted historian, and welcome to the post-Turkey Day Week in Geek for 2022. Wow, it's our second one, and hope you guys had a good one. I'm kind of uncertain, but I may be suffering from COVID. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. I'm not sure. I haven't had all the symptoms I did the first time I had it, so. But gotta admit, the headaches and the body aches and all that kind of stuff make it feel like it might be something more than a regular cold. That and it's lasted this long. Fingers crossed, though. I feel mostly pretty good. Anyway. It's good to see you guys, and welcome to the channel, our Week in Geek. And here is our panel for today. Grim is supposed to be joining us at some point. He said he was be right there, but he hasn't been right there. We have Victor.
Hi.
How many days you got left on your Kickstarter? 4?
4. With a little under 1,000 to go, so 20% or so.
Okay, guys. So I'm counting on all 7 of you watching right now. All 7 of you. Oh, there's only 6. We lost somebody as soon as I said that. Counting on all 6 of you guys to stump up $1,000 between the 6 of you to help push Victor over the edge.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that last minute rush. Basically, I was on a podcast or a stream yesterday, and somebody mentioned that a Kickstarter, oh, I think it was their Kickstarter, literally got funded in like the last couple minutes. So it's very nerve wracking, but we'll see how it goes.
Kringe, you could come on the panel. You know that, right? You're welcome to. You're our friend. We love you.
Technically, you're not giving me money; you're giving my artists money.
True. And hello, Ironcaster. It's good to see you too.
Hello.
You're looking good and distinguished, and got that lumberjack kind of thing going on. I like it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're no longer on Twitter. Okay, well I have to. Okay, hang on a minute.
Don't worry, Elon will save you.
Eventually. Let me hold on. Let me get over here to. Okay, I'm sending you the link in Discord. All right. Tell me I never do anything for you. So you and Bruce Lombardo, man, you make life so hard by being on Discord. There you go. All right. Dropping like flies. Does it cost too much to watch this? I don't actually ask for tips or anything like that. I mean, well, I do, but I don't. There he is.
Boo.
Hello.
Who's that guy?
It's been a while, hasn't it, guys?
It has been a while. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I've just been really, really busy.
I figured. I almost started to think, does he not love us anymore? He never comes on.
No, I've been looking for a new job.
I thought you got a new job. Didn't you say we're going to start something new?
Yeah, like last week.
Okay. So when do you start?
The 8th.
The 8th. Okay, cool. Speaking of 8th, we got 8 watchers now. Okay, all right. We're doing good.
Hey.
Yay. Still no Grim, though. Where's Grim? Grim, where are you?
I don't know. He's rolling in his white chest of money.
Maybe, yeah, he is. He says, we'll be in as soon as I can get my cam to work. Okay, so he wants to cam with us today. So awesome.
Whitechester, very good book, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Except for the parts you wrote.
How do you know which parts
naturally.
I wrote?
I'm just assuming there are certain parts.
The ones with all
There
the
are
typing
certain
hours
parts.
and.
I assume it's all the parts that deal with poop.
Yeah, as soon as I seen
piss.
poop, I was like, T-shirt did this.
I
It's
did
a
that
piss
one, yes.
zombie.
No, it's the poop zombie. I did the poop zombie.
Don't
did
forget the
piss
gong
zombie?
farmers.
That's the gong farmers. That's exactly what I did. I did the gong farmer section. I did a few others too. One of which I'm very proud of because I think it's going to be brutal. But yeah, I really like Whitechester. I think it's cool. He did say, however, that there has to be enough of a furor to get him to do a hard copy. So, Grim, this is officially your furor for me. Do the rest of you furor for a hard copy as well? Please say furor if you have furor.
Yoror.
There we go. McEnany, you're very quiet.
Did you guys miss me?
Oh yeah.
Of course we missed you. But you get Saturdays free, huh?
Yeah.
See, I just assumed you were like reconsidering your time spent with us. You're like, oh wait, I gotta sit on a stream with Ironcaster. Fuck this. I have better.
No,
things
it's
to do
just
with my toenails.
work. Work. It's
Sit on the
work.
stream with these white nerds. Fuck that.
Exactly. This is the only official weekend geek of color. apparently.
Well, okay, McEnany, did you represent by saying Wakanda forever?
Hell no.
You didn't feel represented?
I don't want to feel represented. I don't want
Wait,
to see a
T-shirt,
fat.
You didn't buy him a ticket. You're supposed to buy him a
I
ticket.
seen it.
I offered to buy him a ticket, but
Just sorry, just not interested. I'm done with the MCU. Remember?
yeah, you are. Kringe, you saw it
Yes.
at gunpoint or what?
Nah, it's free. So
Oh, okay. Oh well, free is always good. Yeah. So, what was your opinion?
He refuses to watch shit that's actually good, and then he watches that. Okay.
That's true.
Somebody bought me the ticket. I'm not going to say no.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's hard to turn down free shit, but
You know how expensive going to the movies are now?
I bet you it was T-shirt who bought you a ticket, or even I.
No. Well, Kringe is black, so, but only when he's on the show.
I'm only on the show I'm only black when Steven Seagal is here.
That's true. Which, speaking of which, he hasn't been on in a while. I hope he's okay. But I guess he is. He's still broadcasting every day. I think he's just really busy.
Yeah,
and
Mac
I got
black.
Yeah,
Steven, because he's been dealing with stuff since his apartment flooded.
And look, we lost a Mac, but we got a Grim.
Hello.
Grim, you're broadcasting from your camera microphone.
Am I? Right,
Yes,
let's fix that.
We've
Is it
got a
any
black
good?
guy, and a guy who's his soul is black.
Yeah.
Here, let me arrange this here. There we go. Got all the live spots and kind of a nice information. Yeah, there you are. Well, you're important because we want you to. You stand with your Naras.
Does the sound better?
It does
Much
a little
better.
bit. There's a little bit of a hiss, but I'm guessing that's your
That's
heating.
my heater because it's cold.
And you sound stuffy.
I am a bit, yes.
Yes, we were saying about Whitechester, by the way. Yes, we wish to officially note Furor for the hardcover copy. Yes, thank you.
But you're supposed to mess it up. And
I'm
a hard
with
copy,
Grim on
a
this,
hardback, it's going to cost a lot of money and
I
a
think
lot
the
of shipping.
paperback is just fine.
How about
Yeah.
I'm in fear of a hardcover copy? Is that good enough
I-
for messing it up?
Which means
paid,
Furor of the hardcover copy.
I mean, the
Yes.
size of the book. I mean, the hardback would be expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the shipping will be a son of a bitch. But I will look into it in case there are sufficient crazy
Just
people.
to Find on the Man on Lulu or something.
Yeah. Yeah, POD Lulu would be probably the
Their
best.
hardbacks are pretty good.
Yep. And speaking of which, I've got a few hardbacks I'm going to be unveiling here at some point during the show, as long as I'm remembering to. But
Just because you're old, you'll forget.
I might. You never know. But if so,
Blame me for this, Green Gay.
I love that I sent that to you.
yes, and I use it. Well, I figure it's nicer than.
I wouldn't know where that's from.
It's from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. You'd know that if you watched it,
I'm
Kringe.
not gonna watch it.
Why not?
Yeah, he's too busy watching Wakanda Forever.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's watched Wakanda Forever, which is free, but he pays to watch, Netflix and.
I don't pay for Netflix.
Oh, you don't? You don't
Nope.
get that for free either?
I don't pay for any streaming services.
Oh, I feel like I'm being cheated now.
Well, you should learn to sail the seven seas.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm now broadcasting from my brand new fiber optic cable line or favorite fiber optic line. So it's supposed to have the 1 gig up and down speeds. So
I'm still waiting
Yeah.
on mine for they're still getting everything sorted with like laying the lines and stuff.
yeah, well, I had to wait also because my friends across town, my producer, got it at his place like a year and a half ago. And at that point, I was like, ooh, I want it too. And he's like, well, yeah, you can contact the company, but I don't think they have it on your side of town yet. And I'm like, oh, of course.
The wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, well, I live with the poor black folk and Mexican folk over here. So, what can I say?
Aren't you a Mexican folk?
I am
New D&D race, Mexican folk.
Mexican folk. What did they do? Well, they spit jalapenos at you, and
Each one starts with a sombrero and a poncho.
That's not any worse than what they put in the Radiant Citadel, to be honest.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, let's not forget this little gem here. As soon as I find it, unless somebody beats me to it, which they're not. Here it is. There we go. Yeah, just remember, folks. This is official Wizards of the Coast.
This
Right
is
there for
official
you.
WotC.
It's the
This is
basic
official
expert.
WotC.
That
Why does
is-
he look like? Why does he look like an adult version of Speedy Gonzalez's cousin?
That's how I
Exactly.
picture T-shirt in my head now.
Speedy. Oh no, Speedy! Don't do that.
It's
He
maybe
looks
a
like the
slow.
slow one.
Yeah, and of course he's got a big cock under his arm.
This is my big cock.
Because us Mexicans, we like to fight roosters, and there's elote, there's corn right there on his belt because we like elote, and there's flowers and vegetables and shit because everybody knows we sell that shit.
That's not offensive. That's inclusive. It's just
Exactly.
you make a race of monkeys. Apparently, that's you conflate it to black people. That's offensive, though. Nobody is thinking that.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference. Is like if you have a race of monkeys, some people think they resemble black people, but it's okay to have actual Mexican-looking people,
Well,
from the
also,
1940s.
Like why does he look like he's from the 1940s? Plus, it implies basically that there was a fantasy Aztec people that got conquered by fantasy Spaniards, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's called Meztica, and what were the Helmites?
Yeah, but that they actually get conquered by fantasy Spaniards.
Fantasy
Helm,
Spaniards.
the Church of Helm conquered Meztica. It was part of the story.
Fantasy Spaniards.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
Was it Helm or Horn? One of them.
Was sombrero.
It's probably Torm, because Helm always seemed like he was kind of a good guy god.
Which was the god that kept the door in time of troubles?
Hodor.
Oh hell if I remember, man. You expect me to have read up on all this Forgotten Realms shit?
This is the time of troubles. This is 1st to 2nd edition.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, folks, this exists.
I told you about that before I left Twitter. How I
Yes, you
shared
did.
that on a Discord server and got kicked off the server.
Yeah, you got kicked off a Discord server for this. I don't believe it.
Taco Blizzard.
Yes.
I don't see what the problem is.
It should come in a bag.
Yeah. Well,
Is this at Dairy? This is at Dairy Queen, right?
no.
That looks like something that comes in the toilet after you eat a taco.
Oh my god.
It comes from Dairy Queeno.
Dairy Queeno. I don't know. Like I said,
I'm not learning Spanish. I don't know how to say queen in Spanish.
if you had,
Or Diarrhea Queeno.
well, if king is rey, then I guess queen would be Rhea. I'm not sure. I've never had to. Yeah, Rhea. Yeah, Rhea is queen.
Reina.
Reina. Yeah.
It was Helm who protected the gates to the heavens.
And then it was
And of course, you looked it up.
Yeah.
It was him who conquered Meztica then.
Yes, Squeaka, you did. You got here at the wrong time. You should be
Hi,
here.
Squeaka. I'm back.
A fancy frito pie. And yes, it's Reina. Yeah. Yeah, there's an N. Yeah. Sorry. Forgive me. I know I'm Mexican, but I don't. My Spanish isn't like 100%.
You have failed your people.
Yes, I have. And I'm shitty at math too, so my Mayan ancestors are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Is that a Mexican thing? Being good at
But
math?
you're a pro at sacrificing babies, so
Well,
Okay.
shooting them into
I'm
a...
not even gonna go there.
It needs more jewelry.
Oh, I do.
Here
I do.
Here we go. Maztica was discovered by Amnian explorers led by Captain General Cordell and his Golden Legion in 1361 DR. Amn was quick to lay its claim to the land for trade benefits, establishing the port city of Helmsport, named after the god Helm, some of whose followers began to migrate into the new land. The native peoples were devastated by foreign diseases and the ruthlessness of the invaders, and this, coupled with the difficulties encountered on Maztica backfiring against them, caused the Church of Helm to come under heavy criticism. Lantern also claimed some lands, some Tlincalis from Maztica, teleported to Awaxapatupa under Am in the Underdark of Faerun. So there you go.
Wow.
Church of Helm is nothing but a bunch of colonizers.
And then apparently someone decided that the whole thing was just too problematic, so they teleported the whole continent to a different world.
I thought they were your
colonizers.
favorite. Krieger, I thought they were your favorite colonizers, though.
I love colonizers. That's why I get in so much trouble and why I'm no longer on Twitter.
Yeah.
What have the
But,
Romans ever
all
done
that
for
stuff
us?
All that stuff is fine, but where do the 1940s Mexicans come from? Even then, well, I don't know.
Well, that's just this. It's been that long.
Don't you know? Mexicans weren't invented until 1973.
Oh.
Ow.
Well, I was born in 73. So.
Oh, hey, what do you know?
Hey.
Maybe peyote allows you to planeswalk or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah,
one of you
I
guys
release
just
a
asked what the
book-
Roman Empire did for anybody. Did you see that video where like the Roman Empire never existed?
Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
Oh,
This was a whole
The
thing.
idiot who, she posted that up. Yeah. That was pretty, something else. Yeah.
I've been playing a tabletop game where the Roman Empire never failed. It's still around, like in 15th century or whatever. It's a pretty cool game. It's called Lex Arcana, something like that.
Lex Arcanas. Yeah. It's an oldie.
Yeah.
It's actually been around for a while, but that's cool. Oh my gosh. And speaking of our favorite friends who live on the coast and cast spells, apparently ineptly. So their latest bungle apparently involves giving a Yu-Gi-Oh player or a Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube stream a box of their Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary cards in order to chill on stream and unbox and unwrap and everything else. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Magic the Gathering put out like $1,000 box, $1,000 a box, I should say. Set of like Magic the Gathering boosters, and they're reprints from all the original editions. And this is a Yu-Gi-Oh guy who has never played Magic in his whole life and really knows nothing about it, and just watching the video was cringy. But it's also kind of sad because they're just totally farting in the face of the actual Magic the Gathering players and the Magic the Gathering YouTubers who probably would have enjoyed seeing that also, but also wouldn't have shilled it. I don't know. Thoughts?
So it's not as wholesome as you expect it to be, huh?
Yeah, it shows you that they're capable of messing up more than with just one game.
Uh-huh.
Yep, Squeak. Reprints of all the original stuff, like the original Lord of the Pit, the original Birds of Paradise art, and all that stuff like that. But they're backed and such to where they're not playable.
Yeah.
But you're paying $1,000 a box, and you're still getting random cards in every package.
Doesn't make me wonder. It was like all this stuff with WotC. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything from Pokemon TCG, but I might not know.
Oh. Well, apparently they were trying to reach out to some Pokemon TCG like YouTubers, like guys who open up Pokemon cards to talk about them. They were trying to get some of the Pokemon YouTubers to go and open up the product on their channel to potentially expand it to players who aren't even touching their game. Because yes, of course, the thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and try to sell to people who don't play your card game a $250 collection of, or $1,000 packs of cards.
Yeah, that doesn't work out usually.
Sounds like a good entry point, doesn't it? Well, what they think it is that the Magic players are all so pissed off at them at the moment that they couldn't really get any Magic fans to shill anything for them. So they went looking for other avenues to do it. Which just ended up pissing people off even more.
Yeah, I think it kind of backfires. It doesn't really work.
The sad thing is some people out there are already speculating that the cards from these box sets will run like $200+ or easily per card because they're expensive to buy the boxes. Therefore, it's expensive to get the cards themselves, and they think that gives them some inherent value. And I might add, in the original video, one of the cards the guys pulled is the Birds of Paradise card with the original artwork and everything. You could pay some dude $200 for pulling one of these for you, or for $7 you could get up on eBay and get a playable new art Birds of Paradise. I don't know.
And they're also overprinting. They're printing too many cards at the moment, which is destroying the secondary market.
Yeah.
Because
I think
cards are
that's-
just too...
So
they're
just like
probably
in
trying to
comics,
do that.
then, huh?
They're probably
Worse.
trying to destroy the secondary markets.
Well,
I mean, not only that, it's that they've increased the amount of like individual releases they do to where it would have been like, you know, one every like 2 or 3 months to now to the point where it's almost every month there's a brand new big release of something. Like, oh, come buy the Warhammer 40k Commander decks this month. Next month, go buy the new Magic set that has a couple of cards that just happen to have Transformers on them. Buy the Godzilla lands. Buy, you know, new release.
Collaborations, basically.
Yeah,
Anything to
and
sell
there's no
cards.
time. So as a result, there's no time for the markets to go and adapt to it. You have to be constantly in the cycle for. This set is barely out. We're already showing up previews for the set after this.
Yeah, I think I've seen previews of those a while back. Yeah, with this, specifically with Godzilla and Transformers. I was like, wait, in a Magic game? This seems kind of out of place. I don't know.
It does kind of destroy the integrity of the setting as well, but I don't think Magic players necessarily worry so much about that kind of thing.
They're doing the same thing with D&D though. Like, they just don't give anything time to breathe. Like, the moment they release something, they're already like, you know, promoting the next thing. And it's pretty funny how they're pissing off the hardcore fans of both their big cash cows. I don't know.
Yes.
I can't help but laugh. So whatever.
Well, okay, like for me, I got out of Magic the Gathering during the Homelands because at that point I had already gotten in at Legends and thought it was a really fun game. And then by the time Homelands came out, I'm like, this is like a never-ending cycle of just spending money on cards, and
That's what it seems like.
that, and you know, every time I would play games with my friends, you know, they'd get pissed off or shitty because, you know, I'd whoop their ass, or they'd play stuff out of sequence and try to use the build, you know.
In some ways, it really is pay to win.
So yeah, I got out of it back then. And then many years later, a similar thing kind of started happening because what's happening now? Blizzard, our wonderful Blizzard Entertainment, who we know, they put out Hearthstone, which was a digital collectible card game, right?
Yep.
I played that for a while, and I thought that was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Everything was automated, and you know, I could actually experiment, play with the metas and all that. And even losing against other players didn't feel so bad. But you know, I noticed that after a few years, they started changing things up. They were releasing sets so fast that I didn't have the money
Too frequently.
Yeah, and too frequently. I didn't have the money to catch up and collect all the cards from the other set that I was missing. So eventually, I just said, you know what, this is ridiculous. This is another money sink. I'm just going to end up getting stuck in.
Is it something equivalent to like when they're pumping out a lot of content frequently and the meta keeps changing like every other week?
Exactly.
And it becomes a complete turnoff.
Yeah, well, that and they keep going back and adjusting old card values and how old cards play, or removing cards completely.
Or you just have to, where it has to be a whole FOMO, or just having to build a deck, having to build your deck just based on whatever the current meta is right now. But it's an ever-changing meta. So what may work in 1 week won't work in, say, like the next game or something.
And
Because it just
after a certain time, some cards can't be used in certain
That's
play
right.
styles. I
Yes.
think it's like 3
become useless.
expansions. No, they're still useful in like other play styles. It's just some play styles they aren't allowed. Like if I remember Commander, you could use anything except like the specifically banned cards.
Yeah. The other thing about this new Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary set is some people have talked about using some of these cards for proxies. And I'm kind of like, well, you'd have to play with a sleeved deck because the backs are different. So that would be a dead giveaway. And the other thing too is, if people are really trying to value these cards at like $200 a piece or whatever, you're gonna want to play that.
Well, even then, some of the cards that are like are value are a little bit are some of the value cards there are like $200, even for like terribly shaped ones. But if you're going to talk about just running proxies, I can just print one off and slap it into like a penny sleeve and be done with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the fact that they're doing this, that they're going back on what was the reserve list, the list of cards they said they would never use. And the fact that they've also pulled down that from the website, from what I was hearing.
It's just, sign of the times, I guess. Wizards of the Coast. And it doesn't stop there. The madness does not stop there because, just a couple of days ago, they released their Dragonlance, so-called Dragonlance, as I like to call it. And
Shadow of the Dragon Queen, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, for a second, I thought you were talking about World of Warcraft. Never mind.
No. We're talking Wizards of the Coast. They released Dragonlance, and some of the changes that they're making are already pissing people off. Like, they're trying to say that Takesis and Tiamat are the same, when Margaret Weiss specifically said they are not the same entity. Bahamut and I forget the Silver Dragon's name. And, Paladine are not the same either. But Wizards of the Coast is trying to say, nope, they're the same.
Well, I hate to be the devil's advocate here, but Margaret Weiss doesn't own it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true.
She doesn't now.
Exactly. They own it. They get to say what it is. It's the same thing with comics.
Did you guys see the thing with Yodano? That shit was pretty funny.
We're moving
don't
there.
even get me started on that guy.
We're getting there.
Okay, I'm interested. Okay, I'm here to hear this.
Yeah, we're getting there. I don't want to name the person who said this. But up on Twitter, one of our Twitter friends, Yodano, who's like probably the nicest OSR guy, old school D&D guy that we know. Honestly, I mean, like, most of his posts are very positive and very sweet. He doesn't get shitty about anything or angry. I mean, it's like, anyone else on this panel would be like 100% shittier, meaner, and nastier than Yodano on an average day.
I'm a fucking sweet boy.
Even me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
No.
What kind of person would be an asshole on Twitter to people?
I don't know. But anyway, so anyway, Yodano is a huge Dragonlance fan. He is always putting out stuff about how his Dragonlance fandom, like the original books, and how much he loved the original series. He's in contact with Margaret Weiss all the time. Mm-hmm. He genuinely, he's a fan. He loves it, and he's a great appreciator of it. Okay, right. So naturally, he picked up the new Dragonlance books from WotC. Even though everybody told him, please don't do this to yourself. But he did. He had to review it. And he checked it out, and he had a few minor criticisms. But generally, it was well mentioned criticism. But I mean, his main criticism was though that it wasn't. He didn't feel like it was canonical. Like he felt like this was not.
Rules-wise, it was fine, but it wasn't Dragonlance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, what we usually say about Star Wars or anything else these days that's put out.
The same issues I had with the Van Richten's book.
Yeah. Yeah. The exact same. Yeah. Well, they messed up Ravenloft for me too, which is my favorite. That's not my Ravenloft. So anyway, yeah. So one of the people who worked on the book, I'm not going to name names. I don't want. I'm just going to say this right out now. Please don't go find this person and say nasty stuff and write horrible things and all that. That's not what this is all about. I'm not here to try to push people to do bad things to other people. But one of the people who worked on that book came out against Yodano and criticized pretty hard, and then retreated behind tweet protection,
private account.
Yeah, basically. And I thought that was really crappy. Because, that's the person, I understand that person is a freelancer, so they don't directly work for Wizards of the Coast, in a hired-on capacity, except
But
as
they
to whether...
directed their, I think 11-something thousand fans
Almost
or something.
13,000, I believe.
After
Yikes.
Dano and then went protected.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
It's still turned into that typical
Protected
oh,
after. Protected after the backlash, right?
Yes.
No, as soon as they quote tweeted Dano, they went protected.
Yeah.
And then I bet I upset all the right.
They did it as a brigading tactic. That's all they did.
Yes.
And I'm going to be honest. I don't like Dano. I will defend him here. He did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little bit that they weren't protected.
I'm not going to talk about it on stream.
Okay.
I quote tweeted them and I said something about well, I bet Hickman and Weiss were pretty bummed out, and I instantly got blocked.
But yeah, this is not good. I mean, Wizards of the Coast need to be telling their people, it's like, hey, if you worked on one of our books, you're kind of like working for our company. So it'd be like, okay, yeah, it's like, okay, I worked with Grimm on Whitechester. Now I did a very, very tiny portion of it, a very small portion of it. I'm not going to sit there and claim, me and Grimm are like half and half on that book. No.
If you're in a professional space, depending on if it's your own personal account or professional account, you do represent the company that you're working for. So you want to keep a professional posture, a professional demeanor throughout social media.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the case. Unfortunately, it's not the case a lot of times. And of course, we've been seeing with Twitter a lot of people, getting fired because they were, bad mouthing the owner on a professional channel, in professional email, in company emails, not on their private account, on their professional emails that is tied to the company.
Or that Nassau girl on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah.
Well, the example I was trying to say was I worked on Whitechester for a very small portion, but let's say somebody had a criticism with Whitechester, and I immediately jumped on Twitter and was all over their asses and trying to get my 1,000+ followers to go after them for the comments made. It's like, that's shitty, because that doesn't just make me look bad, that makes Grimm look bad.
It makes makes
I'd probably send you a muffin basket.
Would you?
They probably wouldn't care. I mean, Grimm's probably the first person wouldn't care, but still,
Well, there's also they were an artist. They weren't even a writer or anything. They were an artist, and Dano actually praised the art. So it's like, why are you getting mad?
Yeah, that's the other part of it too. Is that person worked on the art, and Dano actually liked the artwork. I like the art. I think they are a great artist. But I would not hire them if I knew that they were inflammatory like that.
If this is their attitude, especially on a professional account, then you wouldn't want to hire them. If that hinders there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why you would put out a Dragonlance product that doesn't have a lot of direct involvement from Weiss and Hickman. They're still around, they're still healthy, they're still working, they're still able to do stuff. And why would you make it so different? I mean,
it's a lot. Well, Grimm, it's a lot like the whole situation with Lucasfilm, Disney. George had the entire format laid out for the sequel trilogy, and they just threw the script away.
Well, that should teach everyone to not sell their babies. I
don't know.
You don't own it.
Well,
you end up saying it.
Yeah, but when Disney offers you I don't remember what it was, 16 billion or however much they paid Lucas for Star Wars. That's just kind of
money. Did Lucas really need the money?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? I would ask Rip, would it be worth it for 16 billion?
To be fair, I haven't heard much about Lucas.
Okay, it's probably rhetorical.
Lucas, for the most part, keeps his opinions to himself, and he just enjoys his money. It's the fans that are upset about Disney Star Wars. That's
right.
I have to admit, guys, I'll be the first one to say that if somebody offered me 16 billion for a property that I did, I would be the first person to pull my pants down and show them my ass. Yes, go ahead, insert whatever you like. For 16 billion, I can buy a lot of toilet paper. It's not a problem.
But if you want to create a good product, if you want to tap into that pre-existing market that's there,
Exactly.
right, that loved this stuff, you would want to try and have a continuation of the same spirit, the same creative spark, the same energy behind it.
Exactly.
As Brian says,
the money that they get from the name.
Mm-hmm.
but they're going to get less money this way. That's I would think.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it's just kind of showing what they've been doing with all the other properties. And it's not just WotC; it's everyone. They're just cashing in on nostalgia.
Yes.
Dragonlance isn't my bag, but there's people that love it the same way they like other epic fantasy or science fiction stories, and those people that love Dragonlance are getting dicked over, and that's a lot of people. Not just the people who enjoyed the role playing games and supplements, but the people who read the novels. All of it.
Every single facet of that property.
Yeah, I know more people who are into the Dragonlance novels than the actual gaming setting.
I think it's a consequence of fan service somehow becoming like a dirty word. You see that in Hollywood and all that stuff. Like, I'm not sure if you guys saw that article where they literally say that if somebody
If you're
is
a fan of Marvel, we won't
it's a
hire
bad
you.
flag.
Yes.
But they don't want writers who are like an actual fan of that stuff. They think
No.
that makes it harder for them to push their changes through. That
And
they
to
want
be fair,
push
what hurts even more with that one is that came from the mouth of a producer of one of the best MCU films, the Captain America trilogy. Can you think about that?
Golly.
There
I
is
guess-
an
I guess people
aspect.
should-
Go on.
I was just saying people should just be anyone who's a fan of like Birthright or Mystara should be glad that they have not addressed those in like decades.
They are going to have some issues if they try to do Birthright. The whole power
Or
in the
especially-
blood thing is going to be.
I'm still waiting for them to do Dark Sun, just because I want to see how they're going to handle slavery,
Yeah, I think
psionics.
Birthright's-
I did start a half-hearted knockoff of Birthright, but I'm going to wait for one D&D and then reassess whether it's worth
I think
doing.
I'm
or
just
not.
waiting for a property to just be like, yes, there's slavery here, but we're still going through with it, and that's part of the story and
Yeah,
such.
if you don't like it, fight against it.
You can
Exactly.
have slavery as part of a setting, just don't say, don't paint it as a good thing, and you're good.
You don't mean
Yeah.
it's a good thing, and
It's not.
it's just this general thing. It's like, okay, only black people were slaves in entire history. Yeah, you're wrong about that. You're dead wrong.
I mean, one of my favorite indie RPGs has to mention slavery, but they handle it well. They explain the racism that is inherent in the setting, and they're like, this is true. We can't change this, but it happened. It's part of the game, because the game is set in the Deep South.
Yeah, it's part of the game's lore. It's part
Hoodoo
That-
Blues, by the way.
There is a side to the argument against hiring fans. I've
There
been
is.
on the
Totally.
I've been on the opposite side of that when I was a line developer for a project, and the fans had been keeping the game alive for years when there were hardly any releases. So the idea was to tap into that fan community by bringing some of the super fans on board to work on some of the new material. But it was a complete nightmare. They had gone off and had all their own ideas, completely different to what the owner of the property wanted to do, and so it was just conflict all the way.
Right. And you could turn. And there's an argument to taking something like that as a property and trying something new with it, turning it on the side. It's just how you approach it. I think from what we've seen in the past and recently, it seems that just kind of it's more how they take that property and turn it on its side, because fans are susceptible. Fans are openly accepting to seeing new takes and new approaches.
Not always. I'm super
Not
fans
always,
very
but
resistant to major changes, and sometimes
it depends on the change. Yeah, it depends on I guess you could say create. It depends on the degree of the change. I guess you could say.
I think the solution is to make everyone a fan and not just have one guy who's a fan. That was the issue with the Witcher TV show. You've got Henry Cavill, who was a huge Witcher fan, and then you've got like the writing staff who fucking despised it basically. And that's what all the issues arose. But then you have stuff like Arcane, which was obviously a project of love by Riot Games. You have Edge Runners, which obviously was written with love and care for the source material, and it was like everyone working together to make it great. So I think that's what the trick is.
I would argue that Cyberpunk 2077, the game itself, was written and created from a place of love.
Oh, it was clearly.
Yeah.
Just very buggy, glitchy.
Yeah, but
rushed,
it's gotten
love.
better.
But
It's much better now. It's much playable now. I mean, they made their mistake. They got kicked in the teeth for it. They learned their lesson, but it's finally starting to get the comeback it deserves. I'm really looking forward to the DLC when it does finally drop. But yeah.
I think ultimately what it comes down to the matter though of involving fans in a project, you want to go and reach out and find out what do they love about it, and just kind of get the essence of what do they like to try to keep in mind. I mean, obviously some things just due to a new ownership, new management are gonna wind up having change, but if you can find some good kind of compromises to where you kind of are trying to lead the fans and say, hey, we want to try to keep some things here, but some things just do have to change just due to the nature.
Not every fan is going to be able to pitch those good ideas or be able to put those.
Right. You can hire fans. You need a shepherd, though.
Yeah, you need somebody to reel them in.
But we've ended up with a Ravenloft that isn't Ravenloft, a Dragonlance that isn't Dragonlance, a Star Wars that isn't Star Wars,
a Dungeons and Dragons,
a Spelljammer that was so light on.
I'm sorry, a Dungeons and Dragons is a lifestyle brand.
But they're not keeping the things that made them what they are, right? It's that whole subvert expectations thing, but not even that. It's just failing to follow the blueprint. And
I would say in some cases it's failing to follow the blueprint, and in other cases it's does not even caring, or in more of their cases absolutely hating the blueprint.
There is one property I'm very glad that so far has managed to stick to its guns and been very, very careful with the legacy that it's been trusted with, and that is Frederick Malmberg and Conan Properties for their treatment of Conan.
They've been trying.
Yeah, people have been trying to do stuff with Conan, and Malmberg has stuck to his guns, and he's been telling them, you're not going to change this character. He's going to be exactly as he's described, and you can't fuck with this because this is our legacy.
Come on, T-shirt. You don't want a Conan that's tailored for the modern audience?
Oh, hell no. That'd be like Conan putting his sword down going, guys, I don't think I should cut people up anymore. I think I should try to find a non-violent solution first.
So Conan's going to be played by Woody Allen now, is he?
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, what a log rant last week about
that is cultural appropriation. Woody Allen isn't a Sumerian. Woody Allen, if he existed in the Conan setting, would be a Shemite.
Yes, he would.
Live to crush the patriarchy.
Hell with you.
I mean, they're doing a Red Sonja film.
It is based on the mismanaged, changed Red Sonja story done by Gail Simone and Dynamite Comics.
Yeah,
to be fair, I do like.
I mean, it can't be worse than the older movie.
Well, to be fair, I do own some issues of that Dynamite run. I do own some shirts with that. At least
it's I hate to sound like that guy because I know that all the feminists up on Twitter will scream at me that the only thing I liked about the old Red Sonja was the ape that was present in that. But it's like, no.
Oh, that's the
No.
one thing I don't mind that they changed.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm okay if they didn't
The no man
want to
can
have that
best,
part in there,
only man
but
who
it,
can best me thing.
yeah, the only man who can best. Yeah, it's just that part of all that is Red Sonja was supposed to have come out of a more realistic, brutal thing, and it's like, and the stuff that was done to her is kind of like you can understand why she would have these really hard, fast rules about being the way she is. You could understand it better.
Fast and loose.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just.
See what you're saying.
Termite Conan? What? What?
Because I am sick, Squeaka.
Oh.
I'm sick too, Squeaka. But you didn't say it to me.
And so am I. So yay.
Yeah, we're all sick. When the company says things like, "We do not want to hire developers that are fans of the original material," how much is this related to the culture war between our old school gamers versus new school gamers? Well, in the case of the game companies, I'm not really sure, to be honest, Brian James, but I know for movies, for a fact, and I got this from Script Doctor, who works in Hollywood.
Yes, he does.
They don't want to hire writers who are already in love with the source material because they feel that it makes them unwilling to want to change any of the original stuff. So I imagine there is something to that with Wizards of the Coast as well, because it seems kind of apparent that Wizards of the Coast is trying to bend the knee to certain groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're being hired on staff, and now they have 3 sensitivity readers for every writer, and the entire project is.
God, I can't wait for them to realize that the whole sensitivity reader thing is just a grift.
I was gonna say, is it like
It is.
Is it like Square Enix ethics department?
No. Mac, if you didn't hear about this, okay. Because of the Hadozi controversy that happened with Spelljammer, they issued a public apology about it, and they said that going forth, every writer will have to be screened by 3 different sensitivity diversity readers before their final submission can be made. And then, of course, the end product will then be screened by 3 more sensitivity cultural readers before it can go to print.
How do I get a job as a cultural sensitivity?
I don't know.
I would love to be the fly on the wall to see if T-Shirt or Ironcaster or Kriege or Grim try to apply for that, and just get reviewed by 3 sensitivity readers. I would love to be the fly on the wall for that.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I am available as an insensitivity reader if you want any
If
of
you
your
could
products
somehow
to
set
be
that up, I
punched
would
up
go
a
for
bit.
the interview and bring like a little buttonhole.
Slant!
Hey, Paulie.
Hey, Paulie, it's good to see you. Dude, we were just talking. You missed it. We were talking about our diversity with the Wizards of the Coast and how they treat us Latinos. With this lovely piece of art, which I think I've shown you before. Hold on a second.
Is this the one with the pet rooster?
Yes, this is the one with the pet rooster, the big cock right here. There you go.
Will it get downplayed like in Wakanda Forever?
Thank you, Squeaka.
I don't know.
Why does he
There
want
you
to
go.
speaks?
There you go, Latino Slant. That is Wizards of the Coast perception of us as Hispanics. Do you feel represented yet, sir? Because I do. I look at that and I think, my grandpa didn't even dress like that. He's born back in 1930s.
That's the guy who delivered your internet before you got fiber, right?
Yeah, literally.
One
Senor,
bit at a time.
yeah, Senor, I have here one gigabyte of data.
Don't use this on all the porn.
It's like a literal gigabyte. It's a literal gigabyte, like in a box or something like that.
Yeah.
I need a faster connection. Ondale, ep.
Imagine if any of us wrote a book and we put art like that in there. We would be cancelled so fast.
Be in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You're gonna hire me and Grim as oh yeah. Oh boy, yeah, that's right. That along with Namor at Marvel. Woo, boy.
Do you know why he was named Namor in the film?
Why don't you tell me?
Oh my god! Because what is Namor in Spanish?
No love.
Because he was the boy with no love.
Oh my
They literally said
God.
that.
Instead of
Well.
binging.
And it was what the name his enemies gave him, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, his enemies gave him that name.
Some
So if-
Hawaiian name.
So if they turn around and were like, we're gonna call him Puta. He is El Bro Puta.
Well, according
his
to the
name now.
rumors,
So what you saying, because you don't want to be named as the boy without love?
the
Not you
conquistadors
every day.
that faced him are going to lead into
Boy
doom.
without love.
Oh,
You don't want your enemies calling you the boy without love?
You should have called him the boy
What?
without a dick. 'Cause did you see, guys, like how they like edited out his giant quad?
That's what I was saying
yes,
earlier.
they did.
Yeah,
They edited his cock out. Yeah,
yeah, and it was like giant. Goddamn, lucky him.
yeah. Lucky girlfriend.
Well, at least they said he was a mutant. They
Oh, mutant
No,
penis.
Namor was the first mutant in Marvel
I was
Comics.
gonna say. So
So
you
they
guys
went with
see-
that in the
these-
film.
So these MFers will cry about over sexualization and such like that, and such and stuff. But if it's too big of a package down there, they had to censor that too.
Oh,
It
they
was so
do.
big, it should have had the little wings instead of his ankles.
Yeah.
Because
had-
at
they
least
had-
he's now the boy without love. He doesn't have the ability.
At least they didn't call him Wetback.
Oh, we gotta. They did call him Wetback.
They did?
The
They
first shot
did
we
call him
ever had-
Wetback. No.
Also,
Grim.
the first
No.
shot we ever had of Namor
Hey, Caster.
ever
Yeah.
was him walking out of the ocean from behind.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you got.
I nailed him.
Okay.
I nailed him. All right, so yeah, it's like Namor's army, has to cross the border into Wakanda on a river. Now, yeah, I mean, if that
Where they
alone
all
right there.
die because they're saltwater mer people.
No,
Yeah, exactly. That's I
As
don't
long
get
as
it. I mean,
they had,
how do you get blue whales? How do you get blue whales in a freshwater river? I mean, there's a lot of krill there for them to eat.
I guess
Atlantis
this
doesn't
is.
attack Wakanda. Namor does.
I guess this is Biden's Wakanda, right?
Yeah, and then in order to defeat Namor, they put him they trap him in a ship and they use these big dryers to dry his wet back because he gets his power from the water.
Was Giganto in it?
They
No,
just show him an unmowed lawn, and he just he can't
They-
help but be.
They could have thrown silica packets at him.
They trapped him in a room with silica
I just
packets.
don't. The biggest
Desiccate.
issue I have with them defeating Namor was Namor in Marvel in MCU was like something like 500 years old. Shuri gets the powers like that day and beats him in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is a 500-year-old
Yeah, but
warrior. She is a
when Shuri's
98-pound woman.
Yeah,
And not
so
only that, but-
barely a buck. She's
and she's impaled on his spear.
He should have snapped her in half. The
Yeah.
leader of the bald warriors.
It's the
what do they
I
call
call it the Batwoman syndrome. Okay,
Mackie, what are the bald warriors in Black Panther called? You should know.
Yeah, they dried his back.
What,
yeah.
the Dora Milaje?
Yes, them. The top fighter of the Dora whatever. We're having trouble with like rank and file Atlantean soldiers.
Put him in a bag of rice.
Rank and file.
He's a goddamn cell phone now. Try him out.
Well, no, the bag of rice joke is actually multi-leveled. And
Mijo, throw the rice in the salt so that it doesn't get wet.
In the comics, doesn't Namor go up against like the Hulk and stuff? So they like
Yes.
even depowered him in the movie. Like, yeah.
Yeah. In the comic books, Namor, he can lift 100 tons when he's
Namor is one
underwater.
of the heavy hitters on Earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big for Sue Storm. Okay, I don't know how that's gonna work out in MCU.
He
My
had
favorite
to.
Namor moment was Doom's wedding.
Oh.
He had to be beaten so they could sing "Hit the Road, Jack" and "Don't You Come Back." Namor, 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 Namor.
Okay,
That's so good. That's so good.
Then there's like world building issues because evidently they also have vibranium.
Special underwater vibranium.
The special underwater growing vibranium, yes.
And like the U.S. government can now track vibranium.
The
Yeah.
movie has a ton of issues, like calling white people colonizers, and meanwhile they never did anything to help Africa ever once.
Yeah.
It's not like he wanted to leave the Shire.
I'm sorry. Who's the colonizer now?
And the funny thing is, the girl, Riri Williams, who invents the thing that tracks vibranium, is kind of like, and the U.S. military wasn't like mass producing shitloads of this after they found out about it.
what's it called?
We
It was
didn't
a
follow
prototype that
Wakanda.
they were testing
Wakanda
the
fell
first
on
time
us.
when the Atlanteans attacked.
Yeah, well, they
So
would
that-
have black
so that-
they would have black bagged her
Throw down
ass
there-
immediately.
Throw down there, Killmonger
And the
X.
other thing is, Riri Williams is a student at MIT in the film. They
Uh-huh.
explicitly say in the movie, MIT is equal to a village elementary school in Wakanda. Why were they going looking for Riri? Why didn't they just go?
Why are they
with
looking
one
for a MIT student? Yeah, exactly.
And are people aware that the United States government keeps tabs on the students and the shit that goes on at MIT? Because that's part of our national security.
Yeah, exactly.
Riri's plans.
The national
because-
security threat.
Not yeah. I mean, it's like one of our biggest, most secret defense agencies. Keeps tabs on all the students at MIT and all these places like that. The DARPA, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
in a realistic scenario, what Riri would be doing would be considered a national threat.
No, they would have black bagged her ass immediately and pulled her to a black ops site somewhere and said, "Hey, look, we'd like you to come work for us, and we're going to put around the clock security and monitoring and everything else."
Lord Thoth, is that because are you Canadian intelligence? Is that what you're saying there?
Canadian intel keeps tabs on MIT.
What he's saying,
yes.
what he's saying
Sounds
is
like an
idiot.
oxymoron.
What Lord
Canadian
Thoth doesn't tell
intelligence.
you is that what Lord Thoth doesn't tell you is that the world of Canada does have vibranium.
Mhm.
What is the Canadian Intelligence Service? CIA?
CIS.
E.
Sis.
Of course, you would say that, Thoth.
So rather than watching Wakanda Forever or whatever else was put out, like Strange Worlds or any of that this weekend, I instead chose.
Strange worlds.
Ironcaster. Did you see Brianna Wu's post?
Oh, that.
No.
Oh.
No,
Try not to
the-
pay attention
bring
to,
it up, Mac. No, yeah, Mac, you need to post it in the private chat. I haven't seen it yet
I'll see
either.
if I can find it. Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Not blocked.
she is.
She did.
She's a
she did
treasure,
the
man.
whole, all the right people are going to hate this film because it has gay people and the dog is disabled.
Oh,
There's been 19 Disney first gay characters, and the dog and Up is
I
fucking
love
disabled.
that
We can
meme.
hate the
I
damn
saw
thing.
that meme. Oh my god, that was great. I saw that meme too.
that's right, Justin. Without
like-
ARP and DARPA.
There's like 19 first gay characters in Disney.
Or as Wakanda calls it,
I was gonna
Derpa.
say, I chose to watch RRR instead.
Brian James, it is not just you. The racial stereotypes are not being projected by Disney. They're being projected by a lot of people who are involved in all facets of our entertainment media. Actually, this is kind of funny because Ironcaster waded in on this, and so did I. Our dear overlord Elon Musk of Twitter posted up a question about how the culture war is affecting entertainment and things like that. My response was pretty simple: is that I think that the culture war has infected all
Put it in
forms
chat.
of entertainment.
I got it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it up? All right. Yeah, here you go.
Private
Yeah,
chat.
there you go. Oh, wow.
If you
you
thought
th-
conservatives freaked out over Lightyear, you're gonna shit the bed over Strange Worlds, which is great. The main protagonist is gay. Older people don't find it remarkable. Biracial marriage, almost Snow White. Climate change metaphor. Even the dog is disabled.
Wow. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and post this now. Hang on a minute. This is for everybody.
Hindsight's a bitch, ain't it, Brianna?
Here we go. This is gonna come out of Brianna's next thing right here. Here you go. That's right. It's gonna be blamed on Gamergate again.
I mean, between her and Cindy Lou Who's comments attacking Tarantino. I mean, this has been a fun, interesting week.
Yeah, it has. It's like yes, yeah. On this week of Thanksgiving where we celebrate.
Simu Sorry, Simu Who.
Oh, that idiot, Simu.
He is a punk ass bitch, and I don't have to say straight to his face.
You
He's
know,
a punk ass
no,
bitch.
okay. I asked.
Okay.
I asked our friend about that guy too, and basically he said that Simu pretty much he says whatever they tell him to say.
Of course.
He's very much a yes man.
Yeah, because he has like nothing going on beyond Marvel.
He's a D-list.
No.
He was a stock model before that jump.
Yeah.
No one went to see what was it, Shang-Chi? Because of
I thought you were about to say Shamu.
because that statement right there, no one went to see Shang-Chi because look, CM Liu is in it. Tarantino correct.
I was like, yeah, you're not only you're proving Tarantino correct, you're proving Anthony Mackie correct.
Mm-hmm.
I like Anthony Mackie. He was an 8.
I do too. I'm just saying Anthony Mackie made a great point. It's like, let's just.
Well, it's also Tarantino movies are very diverse.
Exactly.
Shit.
He's been diverse since the
Tarantino wishes
90s.
he was black.
I live in the
They
moment.
crippled the dog because it was homophobic.
Oh,
dude.
That's sad.
Bruh.
I'm a cat person. What can I say?
I like dogs.
I like cats too, but bruh.
I'm sorry, Grim. You deserve this.
Oh dear, I seem to have spotted a cunt.
I'm sorry, Grim. I had to.
Well, also in British news, we now own soccer.
Yes, apparently. How do you win for a 1-1?
You guys get James Corden back.
Oh no!
It's a good thing I don't give a fuck about football.
It's called soccer.
I'm telling you right now,
soccer.
I'm telling you right now, with the World Cup is like the thing that's very interesting about the World Cup is everything around the World Cup and not in it, because you have like these I'm sorry, I know we don't get political.
My favorite part of the World Cup is every 4 years we just get to dive into the deep waters of xenophobia.
I had a good laugh when Wales got their ass beat by Iran the other day. I was watching that.
I'm sorry.
There you go. There you go.
I'm sorry, but I think they kind of have a point. If you're going to be activists here and spread into a country that is very conservative, let's
I don't know. I am huge fans of the guys who showed up dressed as crusaders, though.
Exactly.
There's sheer balls on those men.
Well, we're gonna ban Arabs from turning up to Spain's matches now. So.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Dang.
Ooh.
All this on Thanksgiving, y'all. All this on the week of Thanksgiving, y'all.
Yeah, this is the week of Thanksgiving, and all this happens.
I'm surprised Qatar still exists right now, because they said we're going to let you have beer, even though we're a Muslim country, and then at the last minute, yoink, psych.
Yeah, even though the fact that one of the biggest sponsors of the FIFA World Cup is a beer company.
Like,
Well, we gotta have no beer. This is football.
Just the England fans not being able to drink. Qatar should be in flames.
Victor, that is not beer, okay?
Yeah,
that is like
sponsor.
no. That is like drinking. That is like making love in a canoe is fucking dangerously close to water.
You'd figure somebody who's so obsessed with piss as you are would love this stuff.
Do you really want me to go into my lecture about all the different medieval uses for piss? Because I will do it, sir.
Please don't. Please let's not go there again.
Yes. That's right. You could use piss to cool silver, and it was better than water because of the mineral content. That's right.
Getting picky about beer is some hipster shit. Like, beer's just there to get you drunk. Europeans, they don't fucking give a shit about what the quality of the beer is. It's just there, like, it's just some stuff you put in your body and it'll fucking make you happy. It's only Americans that'll be like, oh, well, no, I only drink IPAs. Ooh, like, fuck you.
The Dutch are scum.
Grim, that's not true. Well, actually, you don't drink beer. You drink hard liquor, so.
Yeah, don't like
you don't. Yeah, you don't even go for the light shit. You just go.
Warm. Who gives a shit what they think?
You go straight for that punch to the liver.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I kill my liver,
right.
God damn it, I use both barrels.
Livers are like Wolverine; they can regenerate.
A little piece off will grow back.
They grow claws too.
What's wrong, Kringe? Is he muted himself because he's laughing so hard? No.
I think that's what it is.
I think Kringe's laughing so hard he muted himself. Oh.
That's funny. I'm sorry. That's funny.
25% of Canadians have made love in a canoe. Okay.
But by themselves.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Lord Thoth does not count. He did not.
Not sure if that picture works, but I put it in the private good.
I'll put
trying
her
to
sword
defend you, Lord
smell
Thoth.
better than they did.
I think we broke Kringe with that.
we broke Kringe. Victor's piss line. Oh my god, Animane's gonna have a field day with this. I'm just gonna tell him, it's like, dude, you just need to watch the video. I can't point out any particular times that you
why
were
don't
offended.
you-
Oh, God damn it, Victor.
This is why
I was
don't you
taking a sip of something.
Did it go out your nose?
No, I didn't spray it all over my computer, but it was close.
I wish we had you on camera for that.
Oh, my God.
And that's why I have this panel, guys, because this is a great bunch of dudes. Thank you very much for being on, guys.
At first, I wasn't glad. At first, I was skeptical about being back on here, but I'm like, no, I'm glad that this is the episode that I'm back on. This is the company.
Victor, you're gonna have to raise the cost of your Kickstarter because you got to buy Kungay a new keyboard now.
Yeah.
I have backups.
He's gonna be I think you just warn him next time while he's drinking, so he just doesn't like.
Next time, I just won't drink during the stream.
Yeah, just warn him next time.
Well, I got a couple of unboxings. We're a little over halfway through the show. Might as well go ahead and get them out of the way. Just got some new.
Oh, I got everything. I'll go get it.
Okay, you go get it. All right, so I'll throw this up. I'm on large screen.
My order.
All right. Got Mr. Brand New Knife.
Is that a knife?
That is a knife.
Cut through the books. Show how sharp it is.
I've done that before. This fucker is sharp.
Well, you cut it on the books that are like, the ones that aren't precious. Make sure it's not the.
What books are not precious? Books are precious. They're always precious. There we go. I'll get the packing label out of the way. And we have back cover. Good back cover, yes.
Oh, that
This
is
is
a great book.
Crypts
I
and
have
Things.
that book.
You have this one?
Yeah, I don't have. Is that a hardcover?
Yeah, it's hardcover.
No, I have the paperback, but it's a great book.
Yeah, that is some beautiful artwork. The interior art is really sharp too. Oh, wait a minute. That's not good. We got some. See that? That's not good. Lightning source. Well, let's hope the rest of it's okay.
Clear it up. Clear. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, lightning source, not that great. Not that I've had anything from them in a long time, but I stopped printing through them because they were rubbish.
Yeah, this is an OSR book. It's gorgeous. They do some new things. They have some. It's very I think setting specific because of their races and stuff.
I also stole 2 of those rules for Creamhander.
Yeah, some of it's really really good. Yeah, they have the Beast Hybrid as a class, and they have Race as class, which is pretty.
I stole hit
standard
points and their luck system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have a luck system. Their backgrounds for their life events. This is how you should do character backgrounds instead of picking them, in my opinion. Just because it's more fun. It's more fun to see what you can do random.
You should always have the option.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess you could always have the randoms, but that alone makes it worth it. They have new spell lists and different spells. They're shortened spell lists because they only have like 6 levels of spells.
And there's also like the gray and white magic or whatever it was.
Yes, the black, white, and gray magic. Look at that. That's a great looking Minotaur.
Yeah,
That's a Minotaur. If it would focus.
That's a
There you
Minotaur.
go.
That's a Minotaur for your ass.
Well, considering the one that we saw in Wizards of the Coast, yeah. See, that's a Minotaur right there, man.
That's Pat Minotaur.
Yeah, Pat Minotaur.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But really good stuff. I need to look through more of it. Yeah. Deathwind Step. That right there.
There's much to it besides that book, if I remember.
I don't think there is either. But
There might be. I think I have the book in a module.
but the way that they describe a lot of these backgrounds, like this is like a Golden Horde type thing, Deathwind Step. That right there screams like Man-O-War albums to me. Which, if you guys have never heard Man-O-War, then you'd have your heavy metal card taken away from you.
I know Man-O-War 666 Neighbor of the Beast, if that counts.
No.
Okay.
But what about Woman of War?
Don't
Oh,
start.
away.
Don't get
Go
started. Don't start. Don't give me any ideas. Just...
And yes, you have lots of little text blobs. I love the style. This kind of bridges the gap between old school, new school, because it's got some of that contemporary formatting type stuff, but the font is really sweet. I can't wait to really go through this and check it out and play it. And yes, I still love all the other stuff that I've got: Low Fantasy Gaming, Dungeons and Delvers.
To be
What's
fair,
the name of the
Ironcaster would.
module in that book? Does it say?
Yeah, it does.
To be fair,
Cryptkino,
Ironcaster would be Mam of War.
ma'am.
It is man.
It is
Hey,
ma'am.
mom.
The Halls of Nizar Thun.
No, I don't think. Because then there's another. Then there's the other module that I have. Is something with a necromancer in the title.
Oh, okay.
I was just checking
Yeah.
to see if they put it in the book or not.
It's only on DTRPG right now. It would be nice if it went to Big Geek Emporium, but
I don't
Yeah.
know if they are even still supporting the game.
are they not? Yeah, it's
I haven't seen anything new about them in years.
D101 games. Yeah, really nice, guys. A good purchase. And the other one is a bit smaller. Let's see.
Straight through the cover.
Stop! You're gonna make me.
Ironcaster could just make. Teacher could just make videos of him unopening boxes. You know?
Really?
The ASMR, you know.
Why does it sound cool?
I'm just joking. I'm just like maybe.
That guy could maybe. This thing is like sharp enough to slice through, like the box, like nothing. But oh look, see, I did actually slice the cover.
Oh, be careful!
Yep, I told you it's sharp.
Well, it looks like they
Don't
have
touch
a
yourself
Discord.
either.
And they
That'd be kind of funny.
something a few days ago, but it was about cyberpunk stuff.
Yeah, but
So
we'd
I
have
don't
to
know
end the
if they're
stream immediately there,
still
T-shirt. It'd
supporting
be like,
clips and things.
I'd have to go to the hospital immediately.
yeah, it'd be like, yeah, we have to end the show right now because
All right.
Hey, you'll be fine with 9 fingers.
I didn't need a thumb.
you'll get millions of you'll get millions of hits. You'll already get monetized.
That would be the way to get monetized. I mean, it would be painful, but you know, these people would know I
Sacrificing a
suffer
arm
from
and a
art.
leg, literally.
Yeah, I
Well,
sacrificed a
British,
thumb for
so you
this
just
channel.
Grim, go check on them.
He put his blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Literally, and his thumb.
This one, I'm a little less enthusiastic about, but I wanted to try it.
Enthusiastic or not, that cover looks sick.
What was this? I didn't see what it was.
Yeah, it's OSR. It's made using Black Hack. It's Golgotha.
That's a cool looking cover.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah,
no,
the
which one's
artwork
the
is-
Black Hack. That's based on what?
It's a OSR.
Yeah, I'm not saying
product.
which version of D&D was it based on? Is what I was asking.
Oh, I don't remember.
I will look.
I have it somewhere, but I haven't looked. Yeah, apparently this one was.
The original 70s fantasy role-playing game is a base, so probably the
Ah.
original book.
It is A5. As you can see, it's like crammed with stuff. And yes, it has crabs. This book has crabs.
Is it giant enemy crabs?
Probably.
Get the shampoo.
Yeah. But it's a sci-fi. I couldn't tell you a whole lot about it. I haven't read a whole bunch about it, but it looked really cool, so I wanted to check it out. It's got some sweet art. I kind of think there is a lot of dead space Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Grim, you're more of a professional than I am. Actually,
Like
Grim
Dead-
is away from.
What
Dead Space
in the layout?
is in layout or Dead Space is in the. I was about to say Dead Space is in the video game. I was like, really?
Well, I mean, look at
Yeah,
how much Dead Space you got.
Yeah, you got.
It's a big, it's a big font and a lot
Yeah.
of spacing. Yeah, that's like padding your essay.
Uh huh.
Not
It is a
using-
fairly chunky book.
Not using that extra space wisely.
So
You could even
that's-
cut, if you had shrunk that down a bit, you could even cut the page count a bit.
You can fit.
Mhm.
You can almost cut it in half.
I mean, that type size is huge. How many pages is it?
About almost 300, I think. Oh, let me see. It's 247.
They just realized that a lot of people that buy these books are like 65, so it's like those old people phones that have like the giant numbers on them.
Well, I'm old people.
Yeah, hence you need that giant font so you can read it.
Well, I can definitely read it. Like I said, the layout, the artwork is nice. It just seems like they use a lot of Dead Space.
Yeah.
This seems like it's a good setting and a background, though.
You could fit at least a couple more sections in some of those pages.
Yeah, you see how much?
I want some,
Oh, and the justification's ugly. Yeah,
Uh huh.
this is why I never use justification.
oh yeah, that is justification, isn't it? Yeah, that's not.
Is that the
You-
font?
No, it's
the-
it's the alignment. It's the alignment. Justification is like it makes it so you have like left aligned, you have center aligned, and then you have right aligned.
Oh.
Justifications like that. It's just it turns everything into like a giant
Yeah.
box.
It spreads it out so it fits.
Yeah, it doesn't work here. You should have just made it like left aligned or even center aligned
I mean,
with your wording.
it looks like you could drop the font size a couple of points at least, and
Sorry, my graphic design that just kicks
No,
in. It's just like
it's appreciated. Oh, we got a snow dub. Hold on, we got a snow dub. Da-da-da-da-da. Where we go?
skull and tuck
Here we
and
go.
roll.
Here we go, snow dub.
Go ahead, skin it. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
There
You
we go.
didn't play any of my clips for me when I came in. I don't understand.
Fine, Mac.
I'm kidding.
you got to earn them back.
Teacher, I'm disappointed.
Mac has that on repeat when he's
No, I
trying
don't.
to draw.
No, I don't.
I was expecting a fat Geralt.
Yeah, I was expecting a chicken and waffles, but I guess I don't.
Yeah. Here,
Did you know Holland invented chicken and waffles? Really? Before that, you can only get chicken or waffles. But they were the first to put them together. Black people all over the world would be forever grateful to the Dutch for that.
You do know the Dutch started the slave trade.
Those motherfuckers!
And you're welcome.
I guess I earned that. Okay.
and just for you.
Because fuck them, that's why.
Classic shit though.
Yeah. Pretty cool
So
stuff.
We've bitched a lot about the graphic design and typography, but is the game any good?
I was like, we could go on a little more. I mean, we could go.
The
blade.
yeah, it has some. Well, it has classes that are separate, like blade, ghost, and all that sort of stuff. They're
While you were out socializing, I was studying the blade.
what's interesting is
The hell did
they
I come
use
back to?
they use a generic generic damages for all the weapons that are based on class, not on like a set weapon design. Like Pathfinders, their heavy weapons only do a D8, but as you can see, blades do a D10, and
They go to combat class.
That's kind of interesting. I like that.
blades are fighters, ghosts are glimmers. Yeah, they only have 4 classes.
So what you're saying is
kind of
Wesley,
like-
what you're saying is Wesley Snipes does the D10, huh?
Did you not see the movie?
Holy shit, all he does.
Is this like Cyberpunk?
He
or
takes
what is it?
double damage from the IRS.
It looks like a sci-fi game.
It's science fiction. It's science fiction, and with the 4 classes and everything like that, it really kind of feels a lot like original D&D because of the 4 class system and the specialized dice and everything. But your character basically has to enter these ancient wrecks and things like that and retrieve technology and all that, and they get augmented from it.
Yeah, sounds cool.
It's not a bad idea. They have a few what do you call it, add-ons and stuff for it in
So
PDF
it's based on
form.
the RPG.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it's like as you can read here, it's like travel far beyond the bloated worlds of the inner machine planets, past the verdant and colorful pleasure worlds. You know. So why go there? Because their waiting is ancient lost technology that the overseers, caretakers of the human sphere, covet. Steal enough from the tombs and the overseers in exchange will boost your body and mind, making you more than human, more than enough to complete your destiny. So, yeah, basically these ancient wrecks and ruins where you're stealing the technology from represent the dungeons. So it's Dungeons and Dragons in sci-fi, cyberpunk type stuff, and it's
Like
a neat
Event
idea.
Horizon, the RPG. Event Horizon, the RPG.
Yeah, kind of, except maybe without all the bloody orgies.
You don't know what my games are like.
Well, that's true. I don't know what kind of games you play, but there's that.
Well, if you want to know something here, Hasbro, I guess, was it WotC's parent company Hasbro is losing billions now because they're raising prices.
Wow. Well, I know that their stock has dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And it's being squarely put on Magic the Gathering.
I mean, it's their biggest moneymaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like what, 10-15% alone.
I got to catch up on chat. So, what do you guys have got?
I just got €10 more on my Kickstarter. So
Hey,
nice.
Hey!
Woohoo!
Just doing some channel member stuff. I'm sure what I can show though. I'm not sure what I can show though.
Dragon magazine covers from the looks of it, yeah.
I got a new book, but it's not an RPG book, so.
Oh, anything cool?
An essential grammar for Romanian.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, the Nervous Laughter's t-shirt cuts the cover. Well, I did. Oh, and speaking of cyberpunk, I would be remiss if I did not mention this. Let me find it. I gotta dig it up.
Wait, Cyberpunk? Are you talking about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
No, baby. I'm talking about Gene Funk.
We got the funk.
We got the funk, yeah. All right. And I'm gonna share screen, and we're gonna go mega for a second there. Yeah. So if anybody did not know about this, Gene Funk 2090 has got a new Kickstarter going for Dark Forest. It's got 12 days to go, so you still got time. They've already hit their goal, so it's gonna happen. But CRISPR Monkey Studios is who did it. But it's a new setting book for Gene Funk 2090, which I've already, I've already shilled Gene Funk before.
Does she have forearms?
Man, they use the same exact art that I have in my Cyberpunk OSR game. That ape.
I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
That's stock art. That is stock art.
This is stock art. Yeah.
Yeah.
They continue on from the elbow, so yeah, she has forearms.
Ha grim.
To be forearmed is to be forewarned.
Anatomy joke.
But what's cool about this, and this is something, and I ordered it. Obviously, as you can see, my pledge is over here. They offer you a reprint of the original books, Shadows of Korea and Gene Funk 2090, and I ordered I ordered the new book and another print of 2090 because their core book has been updated so many times that mine is woefully out of date in comparison. And just honestly, it's good to have 2 rule books at the table. You know, and this is a good way to get it because it's a little cheaper. So,
Europe.
And does anybody else have the hardback besides me?
I will once this backs.
Okay. Well, I will say that the book is pretty high quality. It's you know, it's good stuff, and they're hitting stretch goals, and yeah, good job. It's a good company. I got all my stuff really quickly last time, so I can definitely recommend it. There's still time if you want to back it. And this is a 5e product, but it modifies 5e so much. It adds so much to it. I mean, it's like, for one thing, you have characters who have stats that go higher than 20. And if you're clever, you can also use this book as you can use the core book as a basis for building new races without without actually having to do a whole lot of extra work. Like, say you want to
racist monkeys.
Ironcaster, just I don't even know what to say.
Hedosies.
Gesundheit.
Yes! Got them pigs with their ass fucking wide open!
There you go.
I got a book.
You got a book? Show me.
I got a book. Let's see if this works. Yay.
Vaesen! New Vaesen book.
Yes, the Mythic Britain and Ireland one.
Oh, cool.
Though I must say I'm a bit disappointed in it.
Diego's on.
So I know a lot about British folklore and history and so on, and while it's not meant to be like exact or anything, it's not even remotely close. And there's a couple of extra classes, a couple of extra roles, but there's just not.
Can you nudge your lighting a little bit?
It's tricky. I'm still getting used to the new setup.
Sure.
Mouse pointer.
Justin. And Darius, if I did not say hail to you, by the way. Yeah, that's better.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better.
The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Oh, wow.
Of course,
Yeah, so
going to be involved.
It's got some stuff, but it's all kind of cliff notes, and there's not a lot of really useful information in here.
It doesn't mention Crowley or his sect, do they?
In passing, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but it doesn't really go into depth, and it would have had room to do so, but well over half the book is adventures, which I've got no use for really. So it's not so much a source book on Mythic Britain and Ireland as it is a sort of cliff notes, a couple of extra monsters, a couple of extra classes, and 3 adventures. So I feel a bit ripped off, unfortunately.
I like the art,
But
though.
the art's always lovely in those, and of course there's Whitechester, which is mine, and you can buy.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for my hard copy.
I still love the way you did the F on the cover because it's the Prifon City of Verdamned.
That's a long S. It's from the typeface of the time.
Yeah,
and that's a thorn on the as well. So it's not ye, it's the.
A thorn. Oh wow! So
yeah, that letter that people mistake for a Y is actually a thorn, and it's pronounced TH. So.
I'm starting to get Halloween 5 vibes now. And yes, Justin Old Guy Crowley and the JPL industry. Yes.
Yeah, but the thing with if they put him in it, he just he's such a big person. He kind of will become a central character.
I love Crowley, to be honest.
And nobody likes an NPC who shits on your carpet.
Yeah, he did that.
So somebody showed me a little bit of Whitechester, and it has like where you put like all the O's, which I guess is like what to mark off amounts of like the zombies and stuff. But for a second, I thought it was like, oh, ghouls, ooh.
So in my editing process, right, I put my documents through text to speech. Mm-hmm. So every so often it would just go ooh.
Yeah.
I guess the best bit of this is the monsters. Oh, that's probably the most.
Was that Knocker back there?
There was a Knocker. Yeah, there's a Knocker.
If you saw 2 of those coming down the street, you could say that's an interesting pair of knockers.
You could.
And on the next page, he has an Irish.
Yes.
That's my ancestor.
It's Kringe.
The Irish should be listed as monsters. Yeah.
Aberrations.
Drunken rage, no soul.
Oh, we know where Grimm stands in the question of Cromley, doesn't do we?
I always wondered. I always wondered who was meaner, an Irish drunk or a Scottish drunk, but
they're the same thing.
Don't let them hear you say
Only
that.
Don't let any Irish people or Scottish people hear you say that.
Literally, the only difference is which side of the Irish Sea they live on.
There's a reason they call headbutts the Glasgow kiss. So
yes.
Or the Glasgow smile, even worse. The Joker smile. Yeah.
Well, you know the joke. The 2 poor for cars or guns in Scotland. They do run by slashings.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think both peoples are known for some pretty vile stuff, but they don't beat us because we used to cut people's hearts out and throw them down pyramid steps. So fuck them. We didn't just fuck around.
You did that to your own people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that just shows how badass we were. It's like we'd not just go fuck you up. We're gonna do it to our own people.
Trying to help, they would just mail nails to the British.
And you were beaten by like 2 grubby Spaniards.
True. Hey, those were my ancestors too, though.
You have to pick a side.
Kind of my point.
Yeah, it kind of proves his point a little bit. That's the thing.
Hey, I tell you what, Basic Expert will agree with me on this. Okay, it's like we are actually very, very happy that the our Spanish ancestors showed up and stopped our Aztec ancestors from murdering people. Despite the fact that they also murdered people in the process.
My ancestors were very peaceful and never hurt anybody. So
look, you've got to crack a few eggs sometimes to make an omelet.
Yeah. And hey, LDG, it's good to see you, bud. Oh, all right. So, let's see. We got about 20 minutes or so. Does anybody have anything else, or?
Cyborg is out, but I haven't got my copy yet.
Diego Flores, my ancestors rarely sacrificed people. It was more llamas and guinea pigs. Well, yeah, you guys were further south. Y'all were nicer.
Well, the llamas and guinea pigs sacrificed people. Now I'm scared.
Well, actually, they ate the guinea pigs, if I recall. But
guinea pigs are delicious.
I heard that.
And they have one of the highest meat to body weight ratios of any animal.
I've heard that. Diego, you'll have to tell me if you've ever eaten guinea pig. On a second thought, I really don't want to know because they're so. Actually, it's capybaras. I love capybaras to death. I heard people eat those too, though.
So you
Basically,
mentioned
giant
Cyborg,
guinea pigs.
Yeah.
You mentioned Cyborg Grim. Somebody gave me the PDF of that, and talk about the eyesore. Goddamn! Like I opened it, I opened it up on my screen, and it literally hurt my eyes. Like it seems so bright.
That's kind of their thing, though.
White print page with yellow text.
Seems like Disney has been legally blocked for making a Namor movie.
They have?
Yeah, hold on.
And
you gotta show me.
I think that's because they probably don't own the rights to
the same thing with the Hulk.
Exactly.
The Andean civilization elevated textiles to heart. Yes, they really did. So
I put the link in the private chat.
okay, let me dig that up. The direct article. Ooh.
I mean, they'll probably just want to take in another hero and then use
Universal
them
retains the rights to the character, similar to the Incredible Hulk.
It'll probably be like with Thor Ragnarok, and they'll just like hijack a Thor movie to make a Namor movie.
Disney legally blocked from making Namor movie after
It
Black
can
Panther
return
2.
to the MCU, but it cannot be by the way of a standalone film centered on the character. So they keep using him as a villain.
This thing through the nose, man. I gotta do that someday.
And they are not allowed to use the Black Panther 2 villain. They weren't allowed to use him as part of the film's marketing campaign unless it was a poster.
You talking about
Namor with Black Panther?
Oh wow!
Couldn't use him as part of the campaign. That's why, if you notice, none of the trailers literally, pointed out that this is our bad guy. He was just
wow.
Oh,
I mean, Disney will just wait a few years and then buy Universal, so there's no fucking issue.
I love how bad this poster is. He looks like he's like trying to warn you, like, am I really gonna be in this movie?
Yeah, he does.
Am I actually Namor?
I actually kind of liked the
lip curl
inspired look.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the Aztec inspired look. I just don't
We
like
really
how they
need
did
more
it.
of that in pop culture.
True.
Aztec inspired stuff.
Yeah, I love the look of it.
Well, I've grown up with it.
The way the armor works.
Yeah, it's a neat culture.
I just every time I try to look into it, the names just stop me.
Yeah, even I have a hard time with that Talocan. Oh. I'm hearing something in the background.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Somebody got their TV turned up louder. Oh, and Parrot Head just sent me something apparently. Let me see what you got, Parrot Head. Oh. Why? Okay. I gotta push that up. Thank you. You made me laugh, and then that makes me cough.
Oh no.
Oh no. El Diablo es gay. Okay. All right. Well, does anybody have anything else going on, or anything to add? What you got?
Not much. I mean, aside from making a second Twitter account just for my Twitch, and just focus on getting these channel member stuff done as well. So,
I do have something actually. Now that I think about it, I've gone back to playing a lot of Dead by Daylight because I'm enjoying it again. But I have to give out a special shout out to Insomniac Studios because I finally got around to playing Spider-Man Remastered, and wow, I absolutely love it, man.
Did you never play it originally on PS4?
I didn't have a PS4. I had never had one.
It's a fun game. I have a few issues with the story.
I love it.
The story, but it's a great game.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I really love it.
My issue was it was too much Mr. Negative.
Too much Mr. Negative.
Who?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
I mean, they kind of marketed it as, Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six, and all we got was Mr. Negative.
Mostly, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Negative. Okay.
That's not often how I feel when I talk to Kringe. Too much Mr. Negative.
I have been very positive on Twitter lately.
Well, so you haven't been on Twitter lately.
Exactly.
Nice.
I have not been there, so it's been very positive.
Yeah.
I still have a secret account. I'll give it to you guys later.
Okay. Just so you do.
We're privileged.
Is it your After Dark account?
No, that one's dead too. They found all of them. They found all of them.
Shit, they moved everything.
Wow. The other thing I'm gonna say too is I also got Miles Morales Spider-Man, and
it's more of a DLC than it is.
What?
Yeah,
DLC.
It's a big DLC though, and I like how it makes everything look, and I like all the fun. Yeah, and it's still a good story too.
It is. It just feels more like a DLC than just like a straight up spin-off. I'm just saying.
Well, I love it. I'm going to be positive about it. I enjoyed it. I really felt it.
No, I really liked it. So it's just
I feel like I was 4 years old again, playing Spider-Man, because you can, swing in through the city and having Spider-Man quip while he beats the crap out of people. And
are you talking about the original game, or are you talking about the Miles Morales one?
Both of them, because they both do that.
Okay, because I love the original game, and I like the Miles Morales one, just not as much, just because it feels more like a DLC than.
Yeah, well, I like them both. I like them both.
I want another Punisher game, like the one where you could put people beneath the drill and stuff, or
I
dump
just
them in
want
They couldn't make that today.
They won't make that now.
I just want the first Metal Gear Solid game remade as a Daredevil game.
That could work. Oh, that could totally work.
Well, I have to admit that the Spider-Man game did get me in one spot, though. Let me see.
I feel like I know which spot you're talking about.
You probably do.
Between friends.
Of course.
Which can carry good things too, like
Yes.
this is a trick question, isn't it?
I stand by what I said.
Saved by the Siren.
It's his final cameo, but to me, it's his.
Love seeing you two together again. You always were my favorites.
Still hits.
I'm sorry, man.
It still hits me. I think, like I said, I think that was his final cameo, and I think
they'll find ways to keep him alive in video games.
That was his greatest.
I'm not gonna lie, dude, man. I actually burst
There's
out
one
crying.
there's also one. There's a statue of him in Miles Morales.
Oh, ruin it for me, thanks.
No, it's an Easter egg. It's just an Easter egg. It's an achievement. You just gotta find it.
Now I gotta find it. Yeah.
Yeah, statue of him.
I just wish they gave. I just wish they would give Jack Kirby the same kind of respect that Stan Lee
or
gets,
Steve Ditko.
Same.
Yeah, or Steve Ditko. Look, as much as I like Stan Lee, I'm just sick of the deification Stan Lee has gotten over the years.
Oh, absolutely. I get it. I get that. I totally get that.
He's not the only one who came along to these things. I mean,
Exactly.
Spider-Man wouldn't look like Spider-Man if it wasn't for Steve Ditko. It's just I just wish someone other than frickin' Stan Lee would get some of that get a crumb of that
recognition, but because of how bad that relationship turned out at the end, you can see why.
What about Dan Slott?
Oh God.
What has he done of note?
I don't know.
He gave us Peter Parker and his rape girlfriend.
Oh yeah, and I'm one of the few people who actually likes that character. It's just it could have been written so much better.
Well, the sad thing is, the Punisher's creator is still, Jerry Conway is still alive and kicking, and
mental case.
Yeah,
I prefer Chuck Dixon.
So was Ditko towards the end.
Yeah. I've talked to Chuck Dixon twice. Chuck Dixon is cool. And I talked to Mike Barron twice. He's cool too. Couldn't ask for cooler people to talk to. And I'm glad that some of these artists and stuff are still alive and still with us and still making good stuff.
Well, I'm a huge fan of Dixon because of his runs on Nightwing.
Well, Dixon is working on Rambo right now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Before What's-Her-Name ruined Nightwing for a while.
Who are we talking? Are we talking we're not talking Meg?
The one who changed her name to Grayson.
Oh,
it's
Devin Grayson. Devin Grayson. Yeah, Devin Grayson. Yeah.
Ditko is the reason I dropped acid.
For a second I thought you were about to say Megan Fitzmartin. I was like, this fucking.
Yeah.
No, the one who had her self-insert sleep with Nightwing.
Oh yeah, Devin Grayson. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't know if you read it, T-shirt, but it was bad.
I didn't.
This
but
week's episode, the writer's fetish.
Oh, it was even worse because then
isn't that what most of the comics are right now?
She had to explain that later. It was non-consensual.
Not just the writers, or not just the comics.
Oh my God, this woman!
Did she beg him or something?
I'll explain it to you later, T-shirt. What she did to him.
Ew. Okay. Yeah, later sounds good because it sounds kind of GRAPE.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grape you in the mouth.
Yeah, I don't.
And not
yeah.
even the delicious kind of grapes. Not even those sour grapes. That's
Yeah. Mouth hugging is not always right.
No, it's not.
Anyway.
But it's excused. But it depends on whoever the writer it is. It's pretty much excused, if not glorified.
Well, that's why we have to say something.
It's okay.
That's why we have
male character.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. All right, guys. Well, let's see. We got about 8 minutes, and that's enough time for us to have our ending. So, if there's nothing else, then shall we adjourn for this week in Geek? And
meeting adjourned. The week in Geek has been adjourned.
All right.
What's my hammer?
Y'all take care, everyone, and it's been great seeing you. Hope we made you laugh. I know we made each other laugh pretty good.
Hope we made you laugh, made you cry. Well, hopefully that won't be the case. But
oh, come on, Stanley cameo could make anybody cry. It made me cry.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Smell you later, nerds.
Yes. we were positive. We were negative. We had a good time.
See you later and eat our shorts.
What? No, don't eat my shorts. Don't eat my shorts. Eat something delicious like pizza or something.
Pizza shorts.
Yeah, pizza will never never forget to call you. Pizza will never call you bad names. It won't go date your friends, and And I sound really lonely and single, don't I?
Go get some pizza.
No offense, but you kind of do.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? I am now gonna go get a pizza because I do have a pizza just wait for me upstairs. Now I'm hungry for pizza.
You guys have real pizza because you live in Detroit and have the real Detroit pizza.
And we get that. We can get that no matter where we go.
You gotta get the right crust.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you guys use automotive parts to make your pizza out there, though?
Yeah. It was an oil pan.
Well, whatever's left of Detroit.
Okay.
Engine pizza.
Now that is something I want to see on this show one of these days. Okay. Before the show, Kringe and Caster, you two guys have both got to order pizzas. I don't mind. I'll PayPal you guys the money for them. But you guys both have to have pizzas.
I'm not putting good pizza up against oil pan pizza. I'm sorry.
Well,
we gotta see them.
Well, there's a thing on Mockety Live where we want Bruce to order a pizza and just so he can rage at the pizza person.
Next time I order
So he
pizza,
can
I
yell
will
at
take
the
a
pizza
picture of
person
it.
at it.
Detroit style pizza square. Yeah, I have to admit, the only Detroit style pizza I ever got was from Pizza Hut, and not a big fan.
I would go with Jets if you have it.
I thought Little Caesars was Detroit pizza.
Okay, a lot of those chain pizza places, like they were either started in Detroit or their headquarters are in Michigan. It's just like something about like Michigan is like the pizza capital apparently.
Look what I started. Trying to end the show. Look what I started.
You can only get so much Taco Blizzard out of two girls.
Oh. Two girls, one Taco Blizzard.
Yeah. But I turned people onto boiled egg on pizza recently. So try it.
Boiled egg works. I mean, it's savory, so it all works. It's pineapple though. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, you will travel site to site and check out the pizzas like a traveling geek reporter. We don't have a budget for that, Squeak Mouse. We're not even monetized yet.
It's like diners, drives-ins, and dives except with pizza.
She has to dress like a mouse, though. She has to be full mouse costume.
So we gotta have a T-shirt dress up like Guy Fieri, basically.
Oh well, I dress like that all the time anyway. I just don't have the crazy hair.
Yeah, you need to invent Mexican sushi.
Oh, I can do it. I could probably do it. I have to find a substitute. Well, we have rice, so it had to be like Spanish rice.
Yeah, but it only uses like 5 ingredients, like half the Taco Bell menu.
Hey, I like Mexican pizzas. Okay, from Taco Bell. They're actually kind of tasty. They're not as good as they used to be, but they're still good. But anyway, all right. We're going for real this time, guys. Okay.
Bye, y'all.
By the way, those of y'all out there, y'all 10 watching, please help us. Please subscribe. Please tell others to subscribe and watch us and get a laugh and help us get monetized so we can get Squeaka a mouse costume and send her places because I'm totally gonna do that if I get.
I'll draw Squeaka a mouse costume and get a company or somebody to like cosplay it. Get like a sew it all together.
Squeaky, you have to do that now.
Edge of time, you go to hell. You go to hell and you die. I'm sorry, sir. No. Turkey and pie. No.
Anything's better than that chicken and waffle one.
The great taste that tastes good together.
Mackany, you got saved. You didn't have to look at that turkey pineapple or that turkey.
I saw a couple of pizza pics y'all posted, and I'm like, yeah, hell no. That's like the chicken waffle pizza. I don't want to clog my arteries.
It's not your arteries you have to worry about so much as your asshole.
Exactly.
Coming up the other side. All right.
Yeah, that's a no from me, dog.
Yeah. Well, all right, everybody. Good night and have a great week.
Good.
On behalf of the staff of the Independent California Motel, I wish you all sweet dreams. Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.